Financial abuse is where someone uses money to control or manipulate another person. It usually hides behind other forms of abuse, making it especially difficult to spot. In my past relationship, I was in charge of the finances. My ex would put his share of the bills into the house pot, but he always accused me of stealing or overcharging him. The irony was, I was paying for a lot of our expenses, like meals and groceries, just to avoid these accusations. So many women face situations where their spending is monitored or criticized. A friend of mine experienced financial abuse. Her ex had access to her bank accounts and argued with her anytime she spent money that he didn't agree with. She only told me about this after the relationship had ended. This lack of open conversation about money is one of the reasons why financial abuse is so hard to spot. Financial abuse can start small and grow over time, making it hard to notice. In my case, my ex accused me of hiding money and overspending, even though I paid for most things. If I treated myself to a coffee or some clothes, he made me feel like I was being selfish. Looking back, I realised why this might be why I've struggled so much with overspending since the breakup. It feels like I'm reclaiming something that was taken away from me. It's a pattern that I'm now working hard to break by trying to align my spending with my values. Here are some red flags to look out for. If you're being asked to explain or justify every purchase, if you're made to feel guilty for spending money on yourself, if you're not allowed to have access to your own bank accounts, if you're being discouraged or stopped from working or earning your own money, or if loans or debts are being taken out in your name without your knowledge. Some more subtle signs that are easy to miss. If someone is tracking your spending and criticizing your purchases, if you're being emotionally manipulated into giving somebody money, like if somebody is guilt tripping you into giving them money or paying the bills, or if somebody is sabotaging your finances, like cancelling your credit cards or ruining your credit score. If any of these behaviors sound familiar, it's important to acknowledge them and seek help. It is not normal behavior. One thing that I've learned is that holding on to financial independence is so important. I've always made it a priority to stay in control of my own money, because without it, you can feel powerless. If you're dependent on a partner, taking back control may seem hard, but it is possible. Here are some steps that could help. Open a separate bank account that only you know about. Even starting with as little as £10 can make a difference. Over time, as you can, add small amounts to it. This can give you some sense of ownership and security. Learn about managing money, even if it feels intimidating. This can include learning about budgeting, credit scores, or learning about savings accounts. Knowledge is power, and it can help you feel more confident taking back control. Share your concerns with a trusted friend, family member, or even a financial advisor. Sometimes just having someone to talk to can provide the encouragement and perspective that you need. Look for ways to earn your own money, even through side hustles or small jobs. If your partner discourages this, then it's a red flag that they are trying to maintain control. There are lots of organisations out there to help support people who are in financially abusive situations. They can help you plan your next steps, connect you with resources, and provide emotional support. If you're in a situation where your partner dictates how money is spent, try setting small boundaries. For example, try to agree on a small amount that you can spend freely every month without needing approval. If they refuse to respect these small boundaries, then again, it's another red flag. If you feel uneasy or controlled, listen to that intuition. Financial abuse often pairs with emotional manipulation, making you second guess your feelings. You're not overreacting, and your feelings are valid. You don't have to do this all at once. Small steps add up. The important thing is that you're moving forward. Financial abuse can also happen in families. It's often harder to spot because it's tied to love, loyalty, and family expectations. When I was growing up, my mum would often take the money that my dad gave her for groceries and spend it on herself. This wasn't intentional abuse, but it caused financial instability for my family. Also, as we were getting older, she has taken out loans using her children's details. which in effect has impacted our credit score. It's important to remember that financial abuse within families doesn't always come from a place of malice. Sometimes it stems from ignorance, desperation, or unhealthy dynamics that have gone unchecked. Addressing these issues requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to have a tough conversation. Financial abuse can happen at work too. It can be disguised as company culture or normalized as part of the job, making it difficult to recognize. One of the most common examples I've seen and admittedly participated in is working extra hours without pay. While it did help me get promoted in the past, I now realise that it shouldn't have been a deciding factor. Overworking without compensation isn't just unfair, it devalues your time and skills. Financial abuse isn't just about money, it's about control. It can make you feel bad about yourself and doubt your ability to handle money. When you're told that you're bad with money, it's easy to start believing it. Over time, this can make you feel incapable of managing finances. Even after the abuse ends, you might find yourself doubting every financial decision that you make, which leads to you avoiding money-related tasks or feeling overwhelmed with the idea of regaining control. For me, recovery means being kind to yourself and taking small steps to regain control. If you're going through this, start small and remember to celebrate your wins. Financial abuse is often hidden in plain sight, like other forms of emotional abuse. It tends to start small with seemingly insignificant comments or restrictions that just grow over time. These gradual shifts can erode a person's sense of autonomy and self-worth, making it harder to recognize what's happening until it's deeply entrenched. One of the biggest barriers to addressing financial abuse is the societal taboo around discussing money. For lots of people, especially women, money feels like a private matter. We're told not to talk about salaries, debts, or financial struggles, which makes it easier for abusers to operate in secrecy. When financial abuse is layered with the shame or stigma associated with abuse in general, victims often feel isolated, silenced, and unsure where to turn. Financial abuse isn't just about control, it's about silencing someone's voice. We need to break the silence. Talking openly about money can help someone spot financial abuse and take back control. Legal protections against financial abuse can vary from country to country, but laws and resources do exist to support victims. Unfortunately, financial abuse is often underreported and misunderstood, which means that victims may not know their rights or how to seek help. So here are some legal protections that you should know about. Domestic abuse laws. In many countries, financial abuse is recognised as a form of domestic abuse. For example, the UK's Domestic Abuse Act 2021, financial control is recognised as domestic abuse. There are theft and fraud laws. If the financial abuse involves stolen money, forged signatures, or fraudulent activity, it's illegal. For example, like my mum, if somebody takes out a loan in your name without your consent, that is fraud, and the victim may have grounds to pursue legal action. There are elder financial abuse protections in place, as many countries have specific laws to protect older adults from financial exploitation. Employment protections. There are regulations to ensure fair wages in most countries. Family law. For those in abusive relationships, family courts can help to address financial abuse through divorce proceedings, child support arrangements, and the division of property. Courts can also mandate financial disclosure to ensure fairness during separation. If taking legal action feels overwhelming, start small. Documenting everything can make a huge difference, but don't put yourself in a dangerous situation. Financial abuse often operates in silence, but raising awareness can make a huge difference. Recovering from financial abuse takes time, but every small step counts. Taking control of your finances, whether that's through budgeting or building a safety net, can be incredibly empowering. It's a journey, and while it can take time, every step forward is a step closer to freedom. I have linked all the resources mentioned and anything that I think can help in the description. If you've been through financial abuse, or if you're just trying to get your finances on track, living below your means can be a transformative step. It's not about deprivation, it's about aligning your spending with your values, building a safety net, and creating the life that you truly want. In this video, I talk about strategies that can help anyone take control of their money. These tools aren't just practical, they're a way to regain power over your life. And remember, financial setbacks, whether caused by abuse or other challenges, don't define you. What matters is how you move forward. By focusing on small, consistent steps, you can rebuild not only your finances, but also your confidence and freedom. You're stronger than you think, and your future is brighter than you know. Let's keep moving forward together.